So, good evening, students. So, this video will be I will be discussing in this video all about the research guidelines when about your research subject that is under my subject that is ST105. So, I purposely made this video in my YouTube channel so that everyone could access it, though not everyone is having a live view right now with regards to my discussion, but everyone is very much free to have the recap or to view or review my video when it comes to this orientation. So basically, I will be discussing now the research office new normal research guidelines. So I will be discussing tonight what are the things that you need to do when it comes to doing your research from title defense up until to final defense, when it comes to the proper guidelines, when it comes to who are the person that you need to consult, who are the responsible persons when it comes to crafting your manuscript, what would be my role as your research teacher, and as well as with regards to the payment. So now, since you are an undergraduate student, so basically this research office new normal research guidelines is purposely made to you. Okay, so let's start with the title, proposal, and final defense. So since we are not done yet with regards to your title defense, so I will be discussing now the things that you need to do before doing or before submitting yourselves to title defense. So students enrolled in a research course have to prepare research titles and or proposals under the supervision of the research course instructor in consultation with the research advisor. So basically, I will be your I since I am your course instructor, so I will be the one who will group you class. So I have already made a grouping. So most of you will be having 3 members in each group, and there are 2 groups that is composed of 4 members since wala naman sila lain kauban. So those sobra nga isa is ako na lang silang gi-appeal sa isa ka grupo. Okay? If the title and or proposal is already, the students apply for defense and has to secure an endorsement form from the research instructor. Okay? So before you will be conducting your title defense, so you need to prepare at least 5 titles. Okay? When it comes to your title, you need to prepare your title, your rationale, your research questions or research objectives, your theoretical lens or theoretical framework, and then the importance of the study. So those are only the things that you need to prepare, or the parts of the research paper that you need to prepare in applying for the title defense. Okay, so if ever I have chose what would be your title, so I will be endorsing you as well to your research advisor, so that your research advisor will help you craft, develop, and enhance your research titles, or the research problems that you want to study in your research. So basically, maghimo mo og title daan, tapos kung unsa to inyo ang gusto nga title is ako siyang pilian. After that, if nanamoy makita na title is that I will be endorsing you to your research advisor. And then, your research advisor now will be the one who will help you in crafting and developing your paper. So they will be suggesting what would be the better title, what would be the better focus, what would be the better problem that you need to study. So hand in hand, you need to consult your research advisor because they will be the one now who will endorse you to title defense. So sila ang muhatag og endorsement letter sa inyo ha, endorsing you guys nga ready na mo sa title defense. Okay? So that's it. By then, it is the prerogative of the research instructor in coordination with the research office to set and give tentative defense schedule. Okay? So whenever you will be endorsed and you have successfully paid the payment for the title defense, that is the time na mag-set ta og schedule. One would be your title defense. Okay? So dili sa ta mag-set ko daan og title defense date so that guided mo kung kanus-a lang mo taman maning kamot para maghimo sa inyong title. Because after I will endorse you to title defense, you need to process first the payment. Kay dili man mo maka-defense o wala mo nagbayad. After which, the research office shall prepare a list of those who are subject for defense. The students and the course instructor in coordination with the research office shall agree to what could be the mode of the defense, considering the precautionary measures to be taken under the new normal, so with the availability and convenience of the panel of examiners. So with regards to your panel of examiners, all of your panel members is KCAS instructors. So there is no external panel member. So basically, dali lang nato ma-meet ang inyong panel of examiners. But when it comes to the mode of the defense, so if the IATF will not allow us to have the face-to-face defense, so most probably we will be having an online or virtual defense. Okay, that would be through Google Meeting. So ang inyong defense is that you don't need to print. Pag virtual, you don't need to print a hard copy. What you need to do is that you just need to send your manuscript para sa title defense, and then ang panel member ilahan na dayon to siyang i-examine before mag-defense. So most probably, if Monday would be your title defense, so by Friday, dapat na-send na ninyo sa research office para at least ang panel member or ang panelist is ma-review na nila ang inyong papel. Okay? So here are the things that you need to consider in doing your research. Research title or proposal making. During the basically, since our ST105 is up until the proposal defense only, so you need to consider this one. It's because your final defense will be done first semester during your fourth year days na. Okay? So in research title or proposal making, during the research proposal making, the course instructor is assigned to assist and check the student's proposal by any means the class has agreed upon. Okay? So most likely, if you guys could go here in this school, so most probably I could assist you in doing your research title. If not so most probably we will be having an online or virtual like Google Meeting or whatsoever that we could have a consultation with regards to your paper. However, if I am not really available, knowing the fact that there are a lot of you that I need to consider or I have to meet, so that's the time that I will be endorsing you instead to your research your research advisor. So it will be now your advisor who will help you with regards to your research title and with regards to your proposal making. Just make sure, class, that you will not disturb your teacher if it is not within the office hours. Okay? You must know as well the limitations between you and your research advisor, and you must always pay respect with your research advisor, class, kay dili lang baya kamo ang ilahang trabahoon. Actually, this is just a part of their work. Dili nila ni full-time work ng inyong research advisor. Okay? Next is the endorsement form. Endorsement form, class, is very much essential and significant when it comes to the defense. Okay? Dili mo maka-title defense, dili mo maka-outline defense, o dili mo maka-final defense kung wala mo aning endorsement form. Now, who will be the one who will give your endorsement form? So the one who will give your endorsement form is I will be the one who will give you the e-copy of the endorsement form. However, here in KCAST, it will be now your research advisor who will sign that endorsement form. It's because it is now your research advisor ang mo check sa inyong manuscript kung okay na ba with regards to the organization, nasunod ba ang KCAST format, when it comes to the content, kung tama ba ang inyong gibutang sa rationale, if tama ba ang inyong theoretical framework, inyong theoretical lens. So in all of these subtopics or the contents of the research, so sila ang muperma na ang inyong research advisor. It might be if you can go here in school, muperma sila personally. If not, they will just give to you the e-signatures of those research advisors. So, class, remember, pag wala gani mo endorsement form, dili mo maka-defense. Okay? Next is payment. Of course, we really need payment, class. It's because it is an extra service. It is professionals. It is an experts who helps help you in doing the research. So you need to pay your research advisor, you need to pay the panel members, of course, because they are the one who will help you, they are the one who will guide you in doing your research. And our research, or our panelist class is professionals, of course, and they are doctors and they are masters when it comes to their academic achievement, educational achievement. So that's the reason why we need to pay. Now, when it comes to the a mode of payment, most probably ako siyang maisuggest sa inyo nga face-to-face payment na lang. Because anyway, the research staff will be going to, or the research director sometimes, maadto lang sila sa gate para makaprocess mo sa payment whenever you have your endorsement form. Kay dili ka makabayad kung wala kay endorsement form. Say for example, pwede na mo for title defense, na mo yung endorsement form, so that's the time nga pwede na mo makaprocess sa payment. So face to face, ato lang sa gate, tanawon nila, kuhaon nila ang inyong endorsement form. Pag na mo sa endorsement form, then that's the time nga makaprocess na mo sa payment. However, if there is no means talaga na you can go here in this school, so you can have the pera padala. So any pera padala like Palawan, RD, ML, Cebuana, or Western Union, so pwede mo mag-inana. Okay? So there, after doing so, the students must take a picture of the slip, ang resibo sa transaction, so with the form and send such on the research office email address. Okay? Katong endorsement form along with your receipt sa ina nagbayad na mo sa total amount nga need sa every defense, so inyuha lang to siyang i-send sa inyuha sa research office nga email address. So later on, I will be giving to you the email address of the research office. Then important notice class, messages to be sent on the research office email ad must follow the format below. So, mo na ni ilahang email address, researchoffice kcast at gmail.com. Then the subject, di ba, pag maghimo tag email naman dyan na to, tapos na ay subject. Endorsement form in slip. Photos. Mao ni siya ang subject nga inyong ibutang. Then the message, write here the list of names to whom the payment belong, the amount, and the purpose of the payment. So, kinsa to ang group members, pila ang gibayad, say for example, 1,500. And then ang purpose sa payment kay payment for title defense, payment for outline defense, or payment for final defense. Okay? Then the pictures could be scanned. Kung dili niyo makaya og scan, katulad yung inyong gipicturean sa inyong cellphone. Okay? So mode of defense, akong giingon kagaina natay face to face. If ever it will be approved by the local interagency task force or our IATF. Okay? If ever they will not allow us, since COVID is still here in Kapalong, naghihapon tayo mga active cases, so that's the time that we will be utilizing the online platforms like Google Meet or Zoom. Pero most likely Google Meet ato ang gamiton kay since everyone is using Google Meet na, and you know how to manipulate na Google Meeting. Okay, so research committee. So these are the people, or these are now the persons who will help you in doing your research and crafting your research. Okay, we will be having the research advisor, the editor or the grammarian, the statistician for quantitative research, and the panel of examiners. Next, first, the research advisor. The student researchers must be assigned to the respective research advisors as facilitated by the course instructor. So I have already prepared the matrix class. You have already your groupings, and I have already assigned you your research advisor as well as your research editor if ever mahuman na mo sa inyong manuscript. So what would be now the role of the advisor? The advisor class shall provide full supervision all throughout the research work of the students, especially on the practice of measures to fight against COVID-19. So mauna ni sila ang ilahang specific task. Okay? So if your concerned class is wala ani nga mga task, so dili ni siya sa inyong research advisor. Again, you must pay respect to your research advisors and with regards to their obligations and responsibilities sa inyong research. So they are assigned in selection and refinement of topics. So muna niya akong ginaingon nga pwede silang mo suggest nga inyuhang topic is ato ang i-change. Ato ang i-change ang inyuhang participants. Instead of teachers, why not we will change this one to students? So that is part of their job. So kung ilaha ganing ilisan class, ayon na jud mo og angal, it's because your research advisor class is well knowledgeable and well versed when it comes in doing research. So most likely ilaha na siyang giipa-ilistan, it's because they know the fact that your research would be more meaningful if ato siyang i-change into this one. Okay? Framing of research questions. Research questions for the qualitative study. Let's say, for example, what are the experiences, what are the insights, and what are the coping mechanisms of the teachers, of the students when it comes to the emergence of the pandemic. And this would be the research objectives pag naay mag-quantitative study. And then, developing a plan for investigation. So when it comes, this would be now with basically or specifically focusing on the data collection procedure. How are we going to collect the data or the information that we need with your study? Organizing the literature, it's most specifically this body of literature or the review of related literature is very much needed. It's very much useful when it comes to the discussion part of your research. And the reason why we need related literature, it's because, say for example, if the panel members needs more theories or theoretical framework that will support your study. So if ever your literature review related literature is well organized, might be the panel of examiners could get some information in there para at least mapuli siya sa inyong theoretical framework. Identifying appropriate methodology. So, inyong gi-propose nga title is that you will be adapting quantitative. Gusto ninyo quanti. However, your research advisor find it more interesting and find it more meaningful if the design of your study would be qualitative. So, mao po na sila ang time nga nandun sila dakong authority class nga mo change sila sa inyong research design. During ni siya sa final title defense or the outline. Okay? Analyzing and interpreting the results. So this would be during nasa inyong fourth year because they are the ones who will help you in analyzing and interpreting the result when it comes to the data display and when it comes to the data reduction of your research. Identifying conclusions and recommendations, of course, then organizing the whole manuscript. So most likely, your research advisors are the one who will help you a lot in crafting and in organizing your whole manuscript. Okay? And he or she is also expected to have fully read the manuscript prior to endorsement for scrutiny up by the panel of examiners. So, muna na akong ginaingon nga dili jud mo i-endorse sa inyuhang research advisor kung wala na hanay ang inyuhang papel. Kay sa ilaha pa lang nga level daan, sa advisor pa lang ninyo daan is di na siya mo pasar. That's the reason why dili mo i-endorse. I-endorse mo nila it's because nakita nila nga ready na inyuhang papel, hanay na inyuhang papel, organized na inyuhang papel para i-defense. Okay? Additionally, he or she is expected to look into the minutes of the defense. Sila ang mo minutes kay kung unsa tong mga suggestions, kung unsa tong mga comments sa panel, so sila dito ang mo minutes para at least guided pud mo kung unsa ang inyong need nga i-revise o need ninyo nga incorporate. Okay? Next is the editor. Most likely class magamit nato niya to ang mga editor is after na sa inyong final defense. Kung ang inyong manuscript is 4, hardbound na jud siya. So need muna nato ipaagi sa to ang editor because they are be the one who will check the correctness of grammar, technicalities, and tenses. Specifically, if during outline future tense pa ta, kay wala pa man nato nakandak ang study. However, after sa to ang final defense, ato na po na siyang i-past tense. So maybe na amoy makaligtaan nga mga words nga dili ninyo ma-past tense. So that's the time that our editor will be the one who will check that one for you. Okay? Next is a statistician. Ato ang statistician kas magamit nato ni sila para sa ato ang mga mag-quantitative nga mga study. Sila to ang mag-stat. See, for example, regression inyong gamiton. So, sila ang mo-calculate if naabagyo significant ang relationship or wala sila significant relationship. Kung naamay mag-ANOVA diri daghan mo i-analyze nga variance. So, sila pod ang mo-calculate ana o sila ang muhatag sa result. Okay? However, if you will be doing a qualitative research, so ang inyuhang adtuon is ang inyuhang data analyst. Your data analyst will be the one who will conduct the thematic analysis. Sila tong mohatag og emerging themes. Sila po tong mohatag og core ideas. So mauna na sila inyong duulan. Next, the very important people in doing your research is the panel of examiners. So the panel of examiners shall be composed of a chairman. So if ever na dili magka ang isa ka member gusto niya ni, ang isa pud ka member gusto niya ni, so ang chairman ang mo decide kung what would be really the design of your study, kung unsa jud dapat buhaton sa inyong study. And then the panel shall review and evaluate the quality and feasibility of the proposed research. In addition, it shall give general direction, shall recommend improvements on the technical details of the research, and shall determine the acceptability of a proposal or final manuscript. Okay? Next, when it comes to the data gathering and processing class, data gathering procedure class, the important documents that we need to prepare is in here is the letters. Okay? The letter to conduct the study and the permission letter from our OIC college president. Okay? Our college president should be informed that you students are doing research, specifically if you are doing research outside the school. Say, for example, your respondents would be the clerk from the different hospitals here in Kapalong, or you will be interviewing the different our frontliners, our nurses, our doctors. So that's the time class that we really need an approval letter from our college president. It's because our president is also is also concerned when it comes to your healthy when it comes to your health when it comes to observing the proper health protocol of the students. Okay, so the student researchers proceed with the data gathering phase upon the approval of the panel of examiners. Of course, if ready na ang inyuhang research instrument, ang inyuhang questions, ang inyuhang interview guide, ready na. Ang inyuhang task questionnaire sa mga quanti is ready na, humana o validate. So that's the time that we will be endorsing you to conduct the study. However, before the conduct of the study, the research instructor must submit in the research office the list of approved proposals. Submission can be online. The approval of the sub-study must be under the consideration of the feasibility and safety of the study, and its conduct under the new normal. During this phase, the student works closely with the advisor and statistician if needed. So most likely, before mo makakandak is magpasa sa ACWAS, your research instructor sa research office, kung unsa na to ang mga approved nga titles, inyuhang mga approved title, at least para guided po ang research office kung unsa ang mga research studies nga inyuhang ikandak. And during this new normal. Okay, next. Final defense. The student applies for the final defense upon the recommendation of the advisor. Again, ang inyuhang advisor ang mo endorse sa inyuhang ready na mo mag final defense. Dili ako research instructor, kundi ang inyuhang research advisor. Electronic copy of the application form for the final defense will be given to the course instructor. Upon accomplishing the form and presenting a copy of the draft manuscript and official receipt for final defense, the schedule is set in consultation with the panel of examiners. Similar to the title and proposal defense, the students or course instructors and panel in coordination with the office may choose as to the mode of payment and defense. Again, nga to ang mode of payment is face-to-face, moanhi mo sa KCAST, or pwede mo magpera padala. And the defense, it could be virtual or it could be face-to-face if the local IATF would allow us to have the face-to-face defense. Now, routing. After sa final defense, of course, the panel members or the panel of examiners would have a comments. They will have a recommendations for refinement and for improvements of your manuscript. So that's the time that those recommendations that they do have during the final defense, mo na to inyuhang i-incorporate para lahat ng i-check sa inyuhang routing nga time. Okay? So that's the time nga mag-route mo og balik para ma-check sa inyuhang panel of examiners kung inyo bang gisunod ang ilahang comments and recommendations. So for reproduction and binding, you need to be guided for this one. It's because you need to prepare different numbers of books so that student researchers do the necessary revisions based on the recommendations of the panel of examiners. The manuscript must have been edited prior to the endorsement of the advisor to the panel of examiners for approval. Upon approval, the students secure a copy of approval for reproduction. So pag ma-permado na lahat, sa inyong approval sheet, permado na sa inyong advisor, permado na sa panel members and the chairman, tapos na po perma ni Sir Ben, ang inyong program head. So that's the time nga ready for reproduction and binding na siya. So you need to prepare 3 copies of the manuscript, of which these copies is to be produced to the research office, sa concerned agency, department, or establishment. Say for example, inyong research local is ang LGU Kapalong, so you need to provide as well the local government unit a copy of your research so that they will be guided as well nga mauri ni ang results sa inyong study. And then the college library of so that your researches would be displayed and will be compiled in there, because that is the time that is the significance of the study, that the future researchers could use that one as their point of reference. Okay, the research office will be the one to distribute the said copy. So you just need to submit the 3 books sa research office kay sila naman ang mo distribute ana. Then extra copy of the abstract and PDF file of the research, both the full-blown and emerald, and shall also be submitted to the research office. Okay? Now, with regards to the fees, so these are now ang inyuhang dapat bayaran. So the guidelines, the student must secure a copy of the endorsement form coming from your research advisor. Pag nanang mo endorsement form, that's the time nga pwede na mo magbayad, may it be during your final title defense, outline defense, or final defense. Upon paying, the duly signed endorsement form must be presented along with the research fee. The student may choose between paying the fee personally to the research office, dito alang sa gate, kaya dili man gina-allow na magsulod, or pwede po siya money transfer. Okay? If the student chooses to pay it personally, so you just need to go here, mag-set lang ng appointment, or pwede mo manawag ani nga number, 0995, para at least mag-guided mo kung what time mo mag-anhi. Tapos, the student must bring the defense clearance form and the signed endorsement form from the advisor upon payment. Kung pera padala naman, so after sending the money class again, you just need to take the picture of the slip and the receipt form, tapos inyo siyang i-email sa researchoffice@kcast@gmail.com. Gamiton lang to ninyo gainat akong giingon nga subject, katong tong payment, kato gaina, guided naman mo ato. Then, these are now the payment class. Ako siyang i-zoom in. So, ang payment, during sa title defense, ang inyong bayaran is 650. Asa man ni siya paingon ang 650. 200 para sa advisor, 100 sa chairman sa panel, ang duha ka member tag 100, 100. Ang secretary is 50. Tapos wala pa mo'y bayaran sa data analyst since wala pa man. Tapos research fee na 100. So all in all, 650. During sa proposal or sa outline defense, ang inyong barayan is 2,150. 500 ana para sa advisor, 400 para sa chairman, tag 400 pod ang members, secretary kay 100. Sa data analyst ninyo is 250, katong mag-analyze sa data, katong akong giingon kung mag-t-test ba mo, mag-ANOVA ba mo inyong stat, ang katong mag-theming, katong mag-generate og emerging themes, katong muhatag og core ideas ang inyong data analyst, ang inyong ibayad sa ilaha kay 250 pesos. And then sa research fee kay 100. So, mauna na siya. For final defense, advisor 800 class, chairman 600, ang duha ka member kay 600, secretary is 100, so stat ninyo kay 500, research fee 100, and editor is 500. Editor or your grammarian. So all in all, you have to pay 3,800. Pero ang kani inyuhang final defense class, inyuhan na ni siyang bayaran, inig ka 4th year na. So ang inyuhan lang i-prepare karon during sa inyong title defense is 650. Tapos sa proposal kay 2,150. So dili man ninyo isabay og bayad tanan. Mubayad lang mo og 650 kung title defense pa lang, tapos mubayad na pud mo og 2,150 inig proposal. So i-divide nato ni siya by 3. Kay kani siya nga payment is by group man. So dili ra kaayo siya bugat class 650 divided by 3 tapos 2,150 divided by 3. So mauna na siya atong dapat bayaran. So, mauna ni siya. Magpili lang mo og payment. So, kung face-to-face, money transfer, you just need, pag face-to-face, i-contact ang research office. Tapos, upon paying, bring with you your defense clearance and sign endorsement form, confirmation of the payment, then signing of the defense clearance. Kung money transfer, i-contact ang research office via Facebook account or katong phone number nga akong gihatag kagaina para tagaan mo sa details nga sendan. After sending, isend na po ninyo tong pictures sa receipt o katong slip, itong endorsement form sa research office na Gmail account. Tapos i-confirm nga nakabayad mo, tapos defense na din sa clearance. Okay? So, KCAST office, Facebook account, KCAST RO para guided. Open sila from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tapos i-contact ni siya nga number. Ha? Para tagaan mo sa details kung unsang inyong padalaan. Tapos, mauni ang inyong endorsement form class, kamo ang muhatag ani sa inyong advisor. This is to endorse that the research title proposal entitled, ang title sa inyong research diri tapos, prepared and submitted by inyuhang pangalan sa inyuhang members. And then, endorsed by, name sa inyuhang advisor, tapos kanus aniya gibayaran. So, i-contact ninyo inyuhang research advisor kung face-to-face ba mo, anhi ba mo dapat sa KCAST para mo perma siya. Or, it could be isan lang ninyo ni sa iya online, tapos i-attach lang niya ang iyahang e-signature. Tapos, mauna ni siya ang katong matrix para during sa inyong outline defense o title defense and final defense. So, diri ana to siya ibutang sa inyong research advisor kung sa to ang mga comments sa panel. So, para guided po mo sa inyong buhaton. Okay? The name or names reflective, muna ni siya ang defense clearance nga ihatag sa research office katong after mo makabayad. So, ready na mo depensa. So, butang diri course and description, course instructor, tapos OR, tapos permado ni Ma'am Lina, ato ang research director. Okay? So, that is the end class, ato ang research office guidelines. So, mauna to siya ang inyuhang dapat buhaton. Mauna to siya ang mga butang nga dapat ninyong sundon para guided mo, para dili mo magkamali-mali, para kabalo mo kung unsang inyuhang buhaton during sa pagkandak sa inyuhang depensa. Okay? So if ever class, you have questions, you have clarification when it comes to this guideline, just comment below so that I can reply to your comment or to your question. Diraan na lang ko mo reply sa inyo para guided mo, okay? So that's it. Now, I will be discussing to you class the format. Kung unsa ang format sa research, if ever you will be having the quantitative or qualitative study. Pag mag-quali mo class, so mauna ni siya ang sulod sa inyuhang papel, title page, approval sheet. So dili sa ni nato siya ma-observe kay outline defense pa man mo. So sa inyuhang chapter 1 introduction, rationale, diri nato i-discuss ang title, discuss nato diri ang kanang social relevance sa inyong study, the research gap, the research urgency, unsa ang purpose sa inyong study, the research question, the theoretical lens, significance of the study, definition of terms, the limitation of the study, and organization of the study. RRL. Tapos, chapter 3 is method, the research design, role of the researchers, research participants, data collection, data analysis, trustworthiness of the study, and ethical considerations, and so on and so forth. Maabutang na ni siya appeal if mag fourth year na katong after na ninyo mag-conduct. Tapos sa appendices, informed consent, interview guide, summary of validators rating, validation sheet for interview guide, participants verification form. You will know all of this one class sa atuan ng fourth year, ining mag-conduct na mo sa inyong study para guided mo kung saan ninyo pagbuhat. Kung saan inyong dapat nga buhaton to conform with the ethical considerations and doing the research. So, pag quanti naman, same, rationality chapter 1, research objectives. Pag sa quali, kay ano man siya, research questions. Pero pag quanti, research objectives, hypothesis or hypothesis, pagdaghan, then RRL, sa quali, giisa man siya sa ka chapter, chapter 2. Pero pag quanti is naka-embed siya sa chapter 1. Theoretical framework, conceptual framework, significance of the study, then definition of terms. And then the chapter 2, research design, research locale, population and sample, research instrument, data collection and statistical tools, and then results and discussion. So this one. And I will be sending this one to you sa ato ang GC para guided mo kung saang mga parts sa inyong research. Okay? And also, class, I will be uploading in your GC ang inyong groupings. Na naman ko yung matrix diri na inyong groupings kung kisa inyong grupo para at least makahimo na pud mo inyong sariling group chat sa inyong research group. Na po diri ang inyong research advisor class. Before mo proceed sa inyong research advisor, tagaisa ko ninyo og list lang sa inyong title, ang list na gusto ninyong studyhan para ako ang initially mo pili kung unsang inyong title, kung unsang inyong problem nga studyhan. After ninyo nga after na ako makapili og title, na nakoy napilian nga title, so that's the time nga mo consult na mo sa inyong research advisor para guided mo kung unsang inyong dapat i-prepare, unsaon pag-prepare ang rationale, unsaon pag-prepare ang research questions, unsaon pag-prepare ang significance of the study. Okay? Class, dili sa mo consult sa inyong research advisor kung wala pa mo nakapakita sa kuha og 5 ka title. Para at least matabangan ta mo kung unsaon pag-construct sa inyong title. Okay? Alright. So I think that's all. When it comes to your research groupings, ako siyang i-upload na lang sa inyong GC na naman tayo GC, di ba? So class, dili na nato ni makambyuan ng inyong research advisor, dili na po ninyo makambyuan ng inyong groupings because ang groupings class that is duly approved na with your department head or with your program head. So dili na ta pwede magbuot-buot nga nahi ang ato ang kagrupo kay di taganahan sa iyaha. Okay? So that's it. So I think that's all, class. Again, if you have questions and queries, just comment down below or comment below so that I could reply my answers sa inyong question. Okay? Again, this is Sir Johnel C. Escandalio, your research instructor. I wish everyone good luck and God bless in doing your research. Lahat tayo ay graduate at papasa sa research subject, okay? Because research is fun and research is challenging. God bless and good night, everyone.